everyone, my name is Adeline and I'm here today to bring you a brief introduction about our project. Risk is a concept of future uncertainty that derives from anticipated earning or outcome. Risk management strategy is important for our business. In this project, we would like to assess and analyze the performance of risk management, the practice within the SciW Foundation. SciW Foundation is the world's largest palm oil producers. The internal environment serves as the framework for the risk management by interpreting the procedure and also the structures. One of the factors is organization cultures. The culture that practices the open communication and transparency allow the employee to disclose the risk without fear of punishment. The second factor is risk management policy and procedure. With a well-established policy, the employee can adhere to the consistent and efficient risk management practices. The third factor is risk management resources. The company should have the competent individual in risk management and also provide the adequate technology to assist in the risk management activities. One of the objectives is risk identification and assessment. The strategy is implementing the risk workshop, scenario analysis, and also the interview to identify and assess the risk. The second objective is risk mitigation and control. The strategy is diversifying the supplier and also the develop the contingency plans. The third objective is risk monitoring and reporting. The strategy is regular risk reporting and also provide the internal audits and utilizing the risk report.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fatin Artira and I will continue with the impact of risk on the organization's objective, mission and vision. Some risks barely have any impact on the business, while others have a greater impact. If the company does not manage its risk properly, it exposes itself to the possible losses and won't be able to reach the organization's objective, mission and vision. Therefore, it is important for SciW Plantation Berhad to recognize the risks that exist inside the organization, whether it is a good risk or not. If the risk could cause damage to the organization, SciW must investigate and identify suitable ways to reduce the risk. For instance, the risk of losing employees. Incentives like bonuses and raises in salary should be given to the workers to make them more self-motivated and to ensure that they continue to contribute to the success of an organization. By reducing the risk, the organization can indirectly prevent the impact of risk on the organization's objective, mission, and vision. Next, the organization will face negative impact to reach its objective, accomplish its mission and vision if it does not manage the reputation risk, where the possibility that an organization might incur damage, which will afterwards be seen negatively. Since SciW Plantation Berhad is a large and well-known organization, it might be difficult for the organization to maintain the high reputation that it has earned over the years. Besides, SciW may face a high-risk impact on the organization's objective, mission, and vision. This will indirectly harm the company's reputation and cause it to lose customers and investments.
One of the significant risks faced by SciW Foundation Berhad is the people risk. In 2022, the STPP have faced a problem of shortage of labor during the COVID-19 pandemic. This has caused the Malaysian operation have a severe scarcity of the harvester. The next risk is the finding that issued by the USCPP. In 2020, the WRO that issued by USCPP due to the forced labor that used in the manufacture of the palm oil had a negative impact on the financial performance and also the reputation. The next risk is the geopolitical uncertainty risk. This because in 2018 there was a risk regarding the US-China trade war. Due to this war, the palm oil industry has become unstable. The next risk is the climate and sustainability risk. STPP had the challenge of the unexpected weather conditions that will affect the yield productivity. The next risk is the legal and regulatory risk. STPP had a new concern is the recently enacted European Union rule that mandating the deforestation-free product in response to the climate change. The next risk is the competition risk. The STPP product, which is the palm oil, had affected many competition for the other edible oils such as the soybean oil and also the sunflower oils. The next risk is commodity risk. The CPO price trend have fluctuating over the time will affect the operation. The next risk is the raw material price risk. This is because of the global uncertainty regarding the political issue and also the economic recession will cause the cost of the raw material will be affected, such as fertilizers. The next risk is supply chain risk. The shortage of vessel and also container will leading to the significant global supply chain disruption and leading to increase the operating cost. The next risk is financial risk. The global supply of edible oil has been affected by the Ukraine war and directly affect the price of the palm oil. The next risk is reputation risk. Reputation risk had a big impact on the public listed company stock price and also investor confidence. The next risk is the safety and healthy risk. There were fatality or employee or in the ATPP due to the work-related issue. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello audience, today we will be discussing about the acceptability of risk by comparing them with the organizational risk, appetite, and criteria. Let us look at the first scope, growth. Sundabi Plantation Berhad takes a very careful approach to growth. Sundabi Plantation Berhad does not merely chase expansion, and they do a proactive risk management on their expansion to minimizing any setback or negative reputation. So we can conclude that they play a moderate role in this scope, and the related risks are competition risk, supply chain risk, commodity risk, and raw material risk. Going with the second scope, debt and funding. They want to maintain a high sufficient level of liquidity to get an appropriate credit rating from external credit rating agency to obtain money on better terms and lower their interest rate. This can improve the company's reputation and credibility also. So we can conclude that Sundabi Plantation play a conservative role in debt and fundings. The related risks are financial risks. Discuss the third scope, reputation and brand image. They play an aggressive strategy to deal with the bad events, and they demonstrate proactive attitude to protecting its reputation to keep the confidence and loyalty of its stakeholders. So we can conclude that Sundabi Plantation play a conservative role in this, and the related risks are reputation risk, finding issue risk, and regulatory risk. Next scope is control for significant risk. Sundabi Plantation think that the risk identification and management is essential. This is to safeguard its company and image. So they intend to maintain operations stability, regulatory compliance. So we can conclude that Sundabi Plantation Berhad also play a conservative role in managing all their significant risks. Come to environment. Sundabi Plantation focus on minimizing environmental hazard, and they seek to contribute to a more sustainable future by incorporating environmental concern into its business practice. So Sundabi also play a conservative role in their environmental concerns. The related risks are climate and sustainability risks, as mentioned above. Let's begin with the last scope, which is safety and health. Sundabi Plantation putting the well-being of its employee first, and to ensure the long-term survival and profitability of its business by providing a safe and healthy work environment. So we think that Sundabi Plantation Berhad also play a conservative role in this. In summary, across several important segments, this organization, Sundabi Plantation Berhad, exhibit an aversion of risk appetite. The organization prioritizes defending its reputation and brand image, maintaining a solid risk and control environment, minimizing environmental hazard by others. By blending conservative measures with moderate growth strategy, the organization intends to achieve long-term success while reducing possible risks.
To generate ideas for our study, there are several techniques that we use, such as brainstorming and root cause analysis techniques. During the brainstorming procedure, each member of the group should identify at least 3 potential risks that are present in the organization. This technique is very effective in making our study successful, since it provides chances for our group members to explore each other's idea and develop effective ideas in a shorter period. Furthermore, we also utilize root cause analysis to identify the cause of the risk and develop effective risk reduction strategies. We use this method to look at Sundabi risk by looking at its yearly report.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Noor binti Abdul Jamil. I will continue the risk metric. As you can see, this is the table of risk metric that plots 12 risks based on their likelihood and impact. There are 4 colors that indicate the level of risk: red, orange, yellow and green. Based on the table, you can see the risks are found in the red and orange color, means the threats are high and need monitoring and handling by the company. First, in likelihood 5, we have competition risk, commodity risk, and raw material price risk with major impact. It means the risks are occasionally present and can be handled with proper management. Next, in likelihood 4, we have climate and sustainability risk with moderate impact, because unpredictable weather can happen anytime and the impact can still be managed by the management. In likelihood 4, we also plotted people risk, supply chain risk, and financial risk with severe impact. Even though these risks do not happen frequently, they will probably happen, and once they do, they can have a terrible impact on businesses. Next, in likelihood 3, we have plotted safety and health risk with a major impact, funding issued by the United States Customs and Border Protection, and reputation with severe impact, because these 3 risks may not always happen but may happen occasionally, and if the impact can disrupt the business operation. Lastly, in livelihood 2, we have a legal and regulatory risk with major impact and geopolitical uncertainty risk with severe impact. These two risks are unlikely to occur frequently, but there are possibility in future and must be monitored by the company in order to prevent them. So that's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Amira Nadira binti Kamal Arifin, and my metric number is 288811. And today I'll be presenting on the risk response towards the identified risk. Risk response is the process of managing risk events that arise as issues in projects. The risk response process is guided by a risk response plan, where it explains the strategies that would be taken to mitigate harmful project risks. There are 3 risk response under the SAMDABI Plantation Berhad risk, which are manage, accepted, and avoid. The first response is manage. This strategy only reduces the probability of occurrence or the impact of the risk, and it does not eliminate the risk. There are 7 risks identified under the management response. Firstly is the finding issued by the USCBP. SAMDABI Plantation can improve the forced labor indicated to them so that the workforce can utilize it. Secondly, geopolitical uncertainties risk. SDP need to continuously monitor critical geopolitical development and understand the impact of geopolitical developments. Thirdly, climate and sustainability risk. SAMDABI Plantation can develop a comprehensive strategy to achieve net zero emissions with long-term targets to reduce the greenhouse emissions. Fourthly, competition risk. Close monitoring of customers and competitor strategies need to be assessed by the company to better prepare for any shift in market trends. Next, commodity risk. Steps were taken to mitigate risk exposure by using derivative instruments to hedge against adverse price fluctuations. In addition, close monitoring of global raw material prices is needed to ensure accurate budget costing for projects can be done by SAMDABI Plantation. Lastly, financial risk. SAMDABI Plantation can tighten the enforcement of advanced payment terms or more secure payment methods are implemented on specific higher risk contracts. The second response is accept, where this response strategy consists of identifying risk and documenting all the risk management information without taking action unless the risk occurs. Only one risk under this response, which is supply chain risk. SAMDABI Plantation has to continue close monitoring of freight rates and global supply chain activities and frequent communication with liners to ensure the availability of vessels. Lastly, avoid risk response. The risk avoidance strategy aims to avoid risk altogether due to the riskiness of project or to remove specific tasks from the project to avoid the accompanying complications. This is to ensure the identified risk has no chance of threatening the risk management faced by the SAMDABI Plantation. Firstly, SAMDABI Plantation must eliminate any threat involving people risk and prioritize hiring new foreign workers with necessary skills and experience. Secondly, legal and regulatory risk. SDP need to vigilant and continuous monitoring of any changes in regulations. Thirdly, reputation risk. SAMDABI Plantation must perform a comprehensive evaluation of reputation risk and put into action specific mitigation measures. Last but not least, safety and health risk. Through training, SDP can raise awareness and educate employees and supply chain partners on safety precautions and measures. And that's all from me. Thank you.